Hey guys, Debo here. If you clicked on this link, probably is from the guide, and this is basically showing off what happens when you get really insane good RNG, and everything kind of lines up well for the Witch Doctor. I do believe on this one for the Greater Rift, for T6 Rift, average time was 3:58, but the best run, the final run, this is the best run out of the 30 different attempts that I ran, was 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So we're just going to go ahead and talk to it. It's going to be a very quick video. Just wanted to show you how everything worked and goes well. And again, this is a pre-recording. I'm just basically, I put my webcam over my other webcam and muted myself because I think I was acting really crazy when that happens. So the difference between running the rifts and the bounties. Bounties, you're supposed to skip mobs and get to the objective, fulfill the objective so you can get the rift bounty key and move on to the next area. Greater rifts are a little bit more different, or regular rifts. What I try to do is you want a combination of trying to kill the mobs when conventional element is up with poison, because that's your big damage killer, or when you have a nice big mobs, because you can keep harvesting, and with the locust swarm, with pestilence, even though we are already running a wormwood, it auto casts back really quickly. So as you can see, I won't say it's too much about the build. The build just really does really well when you actually get a lot of mobs, and this is just a good RNG. The Wreath of Lighting is proccing really well with the gold generated and killing the enemies. And the only thing you could really do is when you get a lot of mob density, it's just to kind of run ahead and start tagging all the monsters. And then, you know, bringing them all together and try to harvest at once, or just keep things moving so you can do off a couple harvests and, you know, kill a bunch of enemies off. But as you can see, just from that initial mob, how far I pushed the meter up already. And like I said, this is not really duplicate. You can't really duplicate it or basically recreate this anytime you want. It will take a couple runs for you to be able to get this kind of mob density, but when it does, it really shows off really well. As you can see, movement speed is always pretty much going up between the gold I'm getting from killing enemies and also the Wreath of Lighting. I'm only haunting so much. The Pestilence and the Locust Swarm pretty much handle everything else, and since we do have Locust Swarm Pestilence, when the Wormwood auto cast, it generates a fetish for us, plus not to mention it does spread as fast as Pestilence, so it's spreading at twice the rate. And here's a key thing: when you get to the point where these monsters are not so much as what they have, you know, just basically, you know, you throw a couple haunts here and there, you let the locust swarm just kind of spread, and you always want to keep moving into the next mob, and you're kind of just basically prepping for the harvests, and you're just getting all the damage on the monsters. See, like I got a couple leaves on the screen, but my main concern was just get as many monsters tagged up and then start harvesting. And then I took myself over to the Rift Guardian. Couldn't see him that much, but I was able to get lucky. I think I landed a poison haunt on him while I had convention of elements up. And then at that point, as you can see, it was pretty much over. And like I said, that was the fastest rift I had out of 30 attempts. And that just shows you what happens when you have really good RNG. I don't even really think it was pylons as I reflect back on it. I think that was just mostly just really high mob density. So if you're in a situation where you're running this build and you have high mob density, you can see how well it can perform. Also, if you have a barbarian or a monk running ahead, you can play as a kind of like a cleanup crew, because you're coming through and casting locust swarm and everything on all the targets and haunting and keeping it moving. Or you can be the leader of the pack, which is basically just running through the monsters, tagging with locust swarm, harvesting some, haunting some, and allowing everybody else behind you to kind of clean up. So glad you guys checked out the guide. Glad you guys checked out the video. If you guys want to know more in detail to exactly what build, what gear I'm running for this build, and why I'm using the certain gyms that I'm doing, or the whole inspiration of the build, check out the main video that breaks everything down. If you guys haven't checked out the other video for the fastest bounty run, which was 6 minutes and 47 seconds for a full Aquan bounty clear, I advise for you guys to go check out that video too. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.